Greetings and salutations, people of the internet. Hello again. Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. Hello again, people of the internet, and happy hump day. Cheers. If this is your first time joining me, first of all, thanks. My name is Angie, and this is my travel vlog. My best friend and I are going to Peru in 36 days, and I can't wait to take you guys with me. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about the things that we had to think about before we booked our ticket and how we found the best deal for our flight. So obviously, if you're getting ready to book a flight, you already have a place in mind. Peru has been the highlight of my Pinterest board for quite some time now. But before I even thought about booking that flight, there were some other things that I had to think about. For instance, would I need any vaccinations? Here's a list of the recommended vaccinations for Peru. If the list is kind of confusing and you're not really sure what you need or what you don't, set up an appointment to go talk to a professional. They'll be able to tell you exactly what vaccines you need for the cities and regions that you'll be in. Vaccinations can be super expensive, so you want to make sure you get exactly what you need. Unless you're anti-vaxxer, which in that case... Speaking of things you may or may not need, before you book that ticket, make sure you know whether or not you need a visa. Luckily for me, and most of the people probably watching this, I have an American passport, which gets you into many places without needing a visa. But sometimes you do need one, so it's really important to check that. I learned that the hard way when I was on my way to Vietnam. Guess what? It's story time! I bought my ticket to Vietnam very last minute. Luckily for me, I'm cheap as f***, and since it was cheaper to fly from Tokyo to Bangkok and then Bangkok to Hanoi, I decided to do that, even though it was going to be a 5-hour layover. 2 days before I left Japan, I came to the realization that I didn't check to see whether I needed a visa or not for Vietnam. Luckily for me, you can fill out the application online. The processing time is either 3 business days, or you can expedite it to come in 24 hours. Obviously, I had to pay extra to expedite it because I was not thinking. So then, when I was in the airport leaving Tokyo, I decided to check and see if the visa was approved. At which time, I found out that I needed a bunch of extra shit that I didn't know that I fucking needed. I needed to print out a form and have it signed upon arrival, have $25 USD or Vietnamese dong, and I had to take a photo and have it printed out. Luckily for me, since I am cheap as fuck, I ended up having that 5-hour layover to figure that shit out. And by the grace of the gods, I was able to figure that shit out with an hour to spare. That was probably the most stressful 5 hours of my entire life. Traveling can be stressful enough. Don't make it worse on yourself by not planning for these things. Now that we've got all of the boring, important stuff out of the way, let's talk about my favorite part. Buying your plane ticket. You know, that little piece of paper that has your name on it that smells like freedom, but are mostly electronic, so it's not really a piece of paper until you get there, but it still feels the same. Every traveler has their favorite site to use when it comes to buying tickets. There's Hopper and Expedia, and my personal favorite, Skyscanner.com. In my opinion, there are a couple things about Skyscanner that set it apart from all of the rest. For instance, if you're not sure where you want to go, but you do know when you want to leave, you can plug in the dates and Skyscanner will list for you from least expensive to most expensive the places that you can go. Likewise, if you don't know when you want to leave, but you do know that you want to go to a certain place, you can plug in the place that you want to depart from and the place that you want to arrive in, and Skyscanner will let you either pick an entire month or you can just choose their cheapest month option. I'm always super flexible when I book my flights. Well, I'm always super flexible in most things. That's why I always get really good deals. I always try to go to places in their off season because not only are the plane tickets going to be cheaper, but everything else is going to be cheaper there too. Prices can rise a lot during peak season. I hope these tips will help you plan your next trip or inspire you to go somewhere new. If I left anything out or if you have any questions or comments, please leave them in that little section below the suggested videos. Next week, we're going to be talking about how to build an itinerary. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see y'all next week. Bye. If you enjoyed this video and have the desire to see more, be sure to hit subscribe. And don't forget to follow me on my other social medias. Hope to see y'all next Wednesday. Toodaloo, motherfucker.